most spoken language in the world is hand. I think is what we try to do the most, because communication is key to give the feedback from the bike.
All the riders have, let's say, the body language, like the bike is closing the front, is moving a lot on the straight, or we lose the grip. So I think every rider do more or less the same.
One very famous is the chattering, the famous chattering. This is one of the biggest problems for the riders because it's difficult to manage the front chattering.
You have a chattering and it's really loud around, and you wanna say it, and you just make, it's making like this, the chatter.
Basically, with your hands, you try to do the lean angle of the bike and what the bike is doing.
Even sometimes the noise, the sound of what you are saying, like if you are reproducing, a pumping.
That communication in the box is limited by other factors. The first one is language, because I cannot speak in my language, I have to speak in English.
He needs to know you so much to understand it, because you need to tell that, he needs to understand, but it needs to be fast as well.
The next is the noise, because people cannot hear so well, and then you have to hand gesture a lot.
Like that, chatter.
The other one, for example, can be the slide. When we do this is that we miss grip.
If you have lack of stability, you make like this. Pumping, you have pumping, so you make those movements and try to mime the movement that you have on the bike.
Pumping. That's it. I cannot control. The bike is out of control, coming out of the corner. A lot of pumping, a lot of shaking, like that normally. Sometimes if I say I have a slight disconnect, what kind of slide you have? If I say like this, the mechanic don't know, So I say, hey, this corner, example, I say I was entry, suddenly it was like this. So the mechanic understand, and then they see in the telemetry, they know the suspension works like that. Losing the grip? Depends. We're talking about front or rear, because rear is like I'm coming in the corner, it's like that.
And if it's with the rear, you would even show with the hand that it's making like this.
If you're losing the front, like that, that's the front.
If it's with the front, you would just show like, whoop, it's making like that.
For sure, if we speak with our movement, we know exactly which problem we have.
Your communication to the chase mechanic, I always say that the best crew mechanic is not the best crew mechanic for you. You need to have the best crew mechanic for you and for the mechanics, and how the crew mechanic explain what I'm saying to the mechanics and to the electronics.
And I think this is quite interesting subject to communicate in the box during the practice.
The same change direction.